Alright guys, let's get it popping. My name's Alberto, aka Destroyer48, aka Subscribe for Food, aka Subscribe for Nuts, haha, aka I have a trillion channels, and aka I'm the ghost of the most. It don't make sense, but it sounds pretty damn good. Alright, today I am gonna do my movie review finally of Rambo Part 3. I've already done Rambo Part 2, go check it out. I have not done Rambo Part 1. And Rambo Part 4, 5, 6, a million, a thousand, majillion, kajillion, trillion, whatever I have not done. I've only done Part 2, and I'm going to do Part 3 today. Before I forget, if you guys like my videos, subscribe to the channel. Please, that's it. It's only if you like them, right? So, let's get started. We're going to do Rambo Part 3. Played by Rambo's played by Sylvester Stallone. It's a 1988 film. Let's get it popping. Let's go with Rambo Part 3. What do we have in the beginning? We have Colonel Troutman along with Robert Griggs. They are looking for Rambo. To backtrack, Rambo was in Part 2. He had a successful mission in Vietnam. So now they're looking for him in Bangkok, Thailand. So they're looking for him, and what do they find? They find, wold and behold, they have Rambo stick fighting some other Thai guy. They're fighting. There's all this action all this going on, and Rambo is victorious. He beats up the Thai guy in a stick fight somewhere in looks like a barn, but it's near I don't know what they call them. There's a lot of fans and everything in a barn atmosphere near the waterway, river, whatever. Rambo is successful. Troutman and Robert Griggs have found him, but when they try to call to him, Rambo's already walking into a little boat. And he's walking with some Thai kids that look like they work in the temple. They look like Buddhists. They're dressed like Buddhists, like they're learning how to be Buddhist, right? So Rambo has won a prize money, and he gives it to the little monks, and they're on their way in the boat. You see him taking off in the boat with little kids. A little boat. It's like a canoe. Although I think it has a motor. Yeah, because I don't remember any sticks on it. Anyways, so now Rambo he's back like at a temple. It looked like they're building a temple. Robert Griggs and Troutman are going upstairs, and they go talk. They call out to Rambo. Rambo's up high in the temple upstairs, and he's like, "I don't believe this." He goes talk to them, and they tell him a story that they need help in Afghanistan. There's a lot of kids being killed by chemical warfare, the Afghans, the good guys, they're also called let me see if I get to pronounce it, Mujahideen. I should know how to say this because I speak Spanish, and to me it's kind of like a lot of the words are the same, except they use a lot of what over there, right? But sometimes the words come out seem like Spanish. Me being I was born in the United States. I was born in South Texas, but I do come from Mexican descent, I think. Anywho, so we're in. They're telling them the situation in Afghanistan, and the Soviet and the Mujahideen. They're starting to win the war. Except there's a Soviet commander. Afghanistan's versus the Soviets. My bad, I'll tell you right now. The Soviets are Russians, whatever you call them, USSR. They have a commander in this area that's very brutal, and they have yet to defeat that Soviet commander, Russian commander. So they're telling them, and they're using chemical warfare on kids and all this stuff. And they're asking Robert Griggs and Troutman, the guy came out in Part 2 and Part 1, the colonel that is he is the, we could say, the boss of Sylvester Stallone back in those war days, and they go back and and I think Rambo also sees him as a father figure. Anywho, they're asking Rambo. Rambo's like, "What does this have to do with me?" And Troutman's like, "They asked me to go in." Rambo says, "You're not gonna do it." He's like, "Yes, I am." And they're gonna try to send Stinger missiles to destroy enemy aircraft, the Soviet aircraft over there in Afghanistan. So they need to protect those Stinger missiles. So Troutman says he's gonna go on the mission, and he says, "Rambo, I want you to go with me." And then Rambo says, "My war is over." And then Rambo is going to go back upstairs in the temple, and Robert Griggs is like, "Well, it looks like we're gonna have a big walk downstairs, because they had to walk a lot of stairs to get to that temple." Troutman goes to talk to. Troutman's not gonna give up so easy. He's gonna go talk to Rambo, and it gives him a whole speech saying that, hey, there's this artist, he sculpted with clay or something like that. That he I don't know, sculpted a war or something like that. But the sculptor said he didn't sculpt anything. The pieces were already there, something like that. Basically saying that the analogy is saying that they didn't make Rambo. They just cut off the rough edges just like they did the clay. And Rambo still says like, "Sorry, sir, my war has to end." And Troutman says, "Okay." Troutman gives up and he's like, "Let me know when he comes stateside." And he's like, "Okay." Now they're gonna show Troutman's in a vehicle, but he's in a vehicle and they're in Russia somewhere. He's with some troops. And they get off. This is Troutman. Looks exactly like him, doesn't it? And they're gonna try to fight. Oh, way to go. He has some backup soldiers. And they're trying to get weapons to the Mujahideen. They hear a helicopter coming. This will not be easy. If I knew it, I broke up another arm. Helicopter comes out. Shoots one of them, but Troutman's able to survive the ordeal, and he's okay. Yay, Troutman, he survives. But Troutman is captured by the Soviets. Robert Griggs goes back to Rambo and says Troutman has been captured. Just want you to know. So they're back at the temple, and Rambo's like, can you get me over there? Excuse me. He's like, "Go get you where? Can you get me through?" He's like, it can't be made officially. He's like, "Oh, they make it unofficial." And then Robert Griggs basically tells him, if we were able to do this, we're gonna deny you if you are captured. And then I'm sorry, Rambo says, "I'm used to it." So they're gonna get Rambo in, and Rambo's gonna get into. I believe he's gonna get going through Pakistan. Rambo is at Pakistan, and he's gonna go to this like in Pakistan some gun store or something, and he runs into this guy, this scary looking guy, and he goes, "Hey, I'm looking for Masua Manahi or something like that," and then Masua comes out Manahi, and see if I pronounce his name correct. I probably didn't. Well, anyways, this guy Masua Jahi comes out, and Rambo's like, "You said you're gonna get me in." And he this guy says he makes fun of him. He says, "You know, you look like a tourist, or I'm no tourist," something like that. By the way, Masua looks like this. It's like, who else are we gonna take in? Um, Only me. But this is no good. We need to take more men. If you don't bring more men, many people are gonna die. He said, "Green said you get me in, take me in." Okay. So Masua Gahi here is going to take Rambo to almost in Australia. No, to Afghanistan. He's gonna take him to Afghanistan. When they get there, they arrive to Afghanistan. They arrive in donkey with supplies and stuff like that. They go through Rambo's equipment. He has like a blue light. He has detonators. They give him all these weapons. And again, they're already in Afghanistan, and they're carrying a mule that carries the weapons. They see like enemy aircraft in the sky, but they just gotta make sure they're not looked after. After that, they get to the camp. They meet up with so they're there at the camp, and they meet up with this kid. Is Gani, and there's the little boy right here. And he's carrying a stick. The little kid's carrying a stick, and he's bothering Rambo. Like, hey, he looked at his chain, or I don't know, something necklace Rambo has around his neck. He's like, "Can I have it?" No. He's asking a lot of dumb questions. They're like, "Get out of here, kid." So this guy takes off. "Take your stick and leave." Later on, Rambo's gonna talk to the superiors or the leaders of the Mujahideen. I'm gonna have a hard time saying the name the whole time. Sorry, guys. I have to keep saying it because it's challenging. And the Mujahideen leader is kind of like saying, "This is not your war." To make a long story short, he says, "This is not your war. Leave." And Rambo's like, "No, I need to get in." They also have a Russian medicine guy that's defected from the Russians, and he's telling Rambo and the group, the Mujahideen leaders, how the base is, because he's been there. He used to be there till he defected. I'm sorry. And seeing where the prisoners is, because Rambo's there because he wants to rescue Troutman. And Rambo's asking that he needs two men to get him in and 2 men to get him out. Same thing. The head chief man there, the Mujahideen, is telling him, "This is not your war," and then, same thing. Tell him the same thing. After that, Masana Ghani here and Rambo are walking around the base, the Mujahideen base camp, and they're walking and talking and stuff. Walking and talking. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But they get to this game where these guys, where the Mujahideen soldiers are playing. There are a bunch of them are on horseback, and they're playing this game when they ride around a circle with their horses, and they throw a sheep in a circle, and one of the Mujahideen, I'm getting the hang of it. one of the Mujahideen, they invite Rambo to come, and then the guy says, the Musa Ghani says, you know, if you get hurt, I'm not responsible. He's like, I'll try. I'll still try. So Rambo gets on horseback, goes around in circles. He's going around with the men or the warriors. They're playing very brutal, and Rambo's on horseback, and Rambo makes his move where he goes down real low from the horse, and he picks up the sheep, and he's about to throw in a circle. But helicopters come in. Two helicopters, and I believe that the Soviet commander's driving this one, and they're shooting all the men. They're killing all the civilians in the camp. They're killing everybody, right? This one flies off. There's men that are trying to shoot down the helicopters, but to no avail, they're not doing any damage. Until Rambo he's running. Rambo's running. Still killing. Helicopters are still killing. This one goes by itself. Rambo runs into a gun. Gets on it. Rambo's on the gun. See the small helicopter. Kills one of the helicopters. Rambo hides. The big helicopter's still there. He's behind a brick, and this helicopter's shooting him. Gives up, looking for Rambo, and it takes off. Rambo then talks to the leader of the Mujahideen, and then he says, "It's not your war." And then Rambo says, "Now it is." He was never going to leave anyways. He wants to go get Troutman. So Musa Ghani and Rambo, they're going to go to the base camp. And they're going underground and stuff like that. They're climbing down and everything. And they have their weapons. Should have left it on. Here's his weapon. See that little stick? That's his gun. They're starting to crawl under, and they're going to the minefield. They said, and I forgot to say in the plan, they're going to go to the minefield. Crawling and everything. Rambo goes under, and then this guy goes under, but his butt gets stuck to a wire or something like that. The grenade's supposed to go out, but Rambo gets a hold of the grenade, like it's stuck in a stick. It's a trap, and we still make it. They make it across. I'm just kidding. Rambo goes to go look for Troutman. He makes it inside the prison. They're also planning detonators. Masukani. Oh, by the way, they run into the. They're running over to this pesky kid again. Go away. No, quiet. Kid's there. Go away. Kid doesn't listen. He doesn't want to go away. Kid's around somewhere. Masood's playing detonators all over the base. So I think Rambo is too, but he's looking more for Troutman first. Rambo goes to this prison. There's a girl in there. It's like Troutman. She's like, Atu. Rambo goes, hey, I remember what she said. And she points Rambo to a prison. Or a cell. He gets over there, sees Troutman, but they get distracted, and the little kid shows up, and there's this man there and stuff, and enemy soldier there. Rambo has to kill the soldier, and then the little firefight, the little pesky little kids get shot in the leg, so you gotta take them out. They meet Masood, and the enemy soldier that had killed, because the dumb little kid, shoots off his gun, and now the whole base knows that something's going on. Plus, also the explosions are going off, the detonators they put off there. They're trying to fight their way out, and then they have to go under the sewers to get out. So we're on the sewer together. They're with Rambo, and then we have to kill Rambo has to kill some soldiers that are coming through with the swords after them. Then they get to this cage thing. It's like a gate they need to get out through. That's into the sewer. Then there's an explosion that goes off, and a rock hits that cage, so it's a little bit loosened. And then there's some guys that are after Rambo through the sewers, and Rambo throws some grenades, and he goes underwater and he starts shooting them when he pops up, and the explosion goes, it hits the cage once again, and it's loosened, and then Rambo's like hitting the cage like with the right back of the rifle, and he loosens up the cage, and they're able to escape. But they come out without Troutman. So now they're at a campfire, and I'm sorry, there's still a tower shooting at them, right? When they're getting out of that cage, there's a tower shooting at them. So Rambo is gonna have to take out that tower. He starts running. Loads up his rocket launcher, and he's gonna try to shoot the tower. And successfully blows out the tower. Now they have escaped. They killed their rides, like a man and a horseback to help them out, or two. Now they're camped out. Where will you go? We will go to Pakistan. Okay, you go. I'm still gonna have to go get Troutman. I wanna go kill you. They killed all my family. I wanna fight with you. Fight with me or fight with me? Fight with you. Don't matter. You're not gonna fight with me. So these guys are gonna head on back to Pakistan. I think I broke one of them. Anywho, so Rambo's gonna go back to the base. He's gonna go back to the Russian base. Here it is. And he's gonna try to rescue Troutman. Rambo gets there, and they're about to See a flamethrower? Flame guy? They're about to. It's really hard to stand this guy up. Okay, Troutman's up here. See him right here. They're about to barbecue Troutman. Troutman's already lost an arm, look. No, don't blow me with your your flamethrower. I have to. The Soviet commander wants you dead. Rambo's gonna rescue me. Yeah. So they kill the flamethrower guy. And Rambo is going to commandeer a helicopter. And he's going to rescue some of the prisoners along with Troutman. They throw Troutman in here. And they're gonna take some prisoners out of the base. Another prisoner we're gonna rescue. Another prisoner we're gonna rescue. Another prisoner we're gonna rescue. Try and get in there. They are getting fire from enemy guards. Oh, we got shot. We're going down. They shoot one of the fighters or the prisoners. We're going down. Helicopter crashes. Get out, Troutman. Where you guys gonna go? We know where to go. So Troutman and Rambo are gonna go head out together from the crash site. And then all the Soviet commander and Soviet commander's gonna send all the soldiers after Rambo. So all the Soviets are after Rambo. Yeah, get it. Come on, guys, go after Rambo and Troutman. Okay. So they're gonna go into the desert, Troutman and Rambo, and so they're hiding and stuff right in the desert. And there's two helicopters going after Rambo and Troutman. Go look for Rambo and Troutman. This small helicopter's flying around. He's split up from the big helicopter. Yeah, the big helicopter has the Soviet commander in it. Head southwest. So the helicopter heads southwest. Rambo pops up for the small helicopter. kills the small helicopter. Okay. Troutman and Rambo go into a cave, and some Soviets go after them, and one by one, Rambo and Troutman starts killing them. This is one of the Soviets. Troutman goes behind him. Rambo gets his gun down in the cave and starts shooting at one of them. Oops, sorry. My bad. Here it is. He kills some soldiers in the cave and stuff like that. Troutman climbs out of the bunny hole. Out of the cave. Rambo kills a whole bunch of them with a grenade. Blows them up. Even a big, fat Russian guy. Rambo climbs up the rope to get out of the cave. He gets up. The big, fat Russian guy's up there. Rambo's fighting with him. Right? Fighting with him. But Rambo does a spin kick and kicks the fat Russian guy. And the fat Russian guy goes down the hole. And at the same time, Rambo had taken off like pins on his grenades right here. And then the fat Russian guy goes down and he's getting tied up in the rope. Kids, please don't try this at home. And he has two grenades, and this one goes like this, something like this. I only have one that will, but it's like this. Goes around them. And the fat Russian guy fight. He dies on the rope down where the caves are at. So Troutman and Rambo, they're like in the middle of the desert again. And he's like, do you hear that? What? And there's like some Russians coming. A lot of them. This is just one of the tanks. There's a lot of them. Okay, more Russians. You want more Russians? We get more Russians. Here's another one. There's a whole bunch of them. So what do Rambo asked the bunny? So what do we do? There's so many Russians. And then Troutman the bunny says, F them. They start killing Russians. Rambo 2. There's a war going on. The Russians have them pinned down. Right? And they're like, hark, what do we hear? And there's a Mujahideen. They're helping Rambo fight. Especially with a little kid with a stick. They're help fighting the Mujahideen with a little annoying kid with a stick almost at the computer. They're helping Rambo fight the Mujahideen with a fight off the Russian troops, right? And they're killing a lot of Russian troops. Rambo is able to take over a tank. And the main battle is going to be Rambo in the tank. Who's driving the tank? Rambo. And he's going to go one-on-one with the Soviet commander. and they're heading out to each other, and they go, ah. They both explode. Turns out the Soviet commander's dead. Rambo's alive in the tank. He comes out alive. And Troutman and Rambo take off in the middle of the desert. And they say bye to the leader of the Mujahideen. And they say bye to Ghani. And the boy with the stick. The boy with the magic stick. Hey kid, we could have not won with you and their stick. Oh, great, thanks. And Troutman and Rambo take off, live happily ever after in the desert. And that is the end of Rambo Part 3. Hey guys, do me a favor. That's the end of Rambo Part 3. Do me a favor, do not report me because my sound effects and my visuals are better than Blu-ray. I don't want to get sued by Blu-ray, alright? But that's the end of Rambo Part 3. This movie, I like it a lot. I like it. It's pretty good. I will give Rambo Part 3, I will give it... I give it a B+. That's what I give it. I give this movie a B+. And, I mean, it's pretty good. What are my favorite parts of the movie? I guess when the Rambo does the jumping spin kick and he kicks the big Russian into the hole. That was cool. When the 2 grenades go around the guy and he explodes in the bottom. Well, yeah, it goes the same thing. Kids, don't try this at home. I forgot to say the part when he got shrapnel in here and then he put the flame there. I'm sorry about that part. You guys remember that? Sorry, I forgot that part. Remember that? He gets the bullet and puts the gunpowder in there. I may have gave it I wanted to give it an A-, but I don't know. I give it a B+. If I gave it an A-, it's just because he's just legendary. Sylvester Stallone. He's done Rocky, Rambo, a whole bunch of other movies. The stick fighting was okay. It was okay in the beginning, you know. I mean, I have my other favorites. That's why I only gave Rambo a B+. Man, I really like the helicopters. Especially the big helicopter. I love the Russian helicopters. They just look so cool. They have like guns on the side and stuff like that. The helicopters, in a good day, I love the helicopters so much. I love Russian helicopters, especially the big ones. The big helicopters. Those helicopters, if you see a documentary on them, they're only a helicopter that can transport troops. The doors are right here. These doors actually do open up in this helicopter. And they can drop bombs. I think that's the only helicopters in the world that could do that. Maybe they've made other helicopters that can do the same thing, but back in the day, that's the only helicopter that could do it in the 80s. Musad Ghani, the guy that's helping Rambo, this guy, it looks exactly like him, this dude right here. I liked his character. He's pretty cool. There is a spy that spies on him. I just didn't have him on hand. I didn't have him on hand. What else can I say about the guy, Robert Robert Griggs, he's played by that guy who comes out on that '70s show. Troutman comes out in a movie that makes fun of Rambo. What is it called? It's the movie that comes out with Charlie Sheen. Let me see if I can remember the name of the movie real quick. Um, Top. This guy comes out in a movie. It also makes fun of Top Gun. But what is it called? Hot Shots Part Dukes. That's what it's called. The movie that Troutman also comes in. He plays himself, and he also comes out in the movie where they make fun of Rambo. Pretty interesting stuff. When they invade the base, it's pretty cool. There's explosions and stuff like that. I was not too sold in the last battle. The way Rambo's tank hits the helicopter, that's cool. But the Mujahideen versus the Soviet tanks and all that, I don't know. I was not very impressed. It was just like okay battle. That battle itself, I just give it a C plus. The part where Rambo's on the horses going around in circles playing that game, that was pretty decent. I think the attack helicopters, shooting down that game down and killing all the civilians in that camp, I think that's better than the last battle. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. I think about Rambo Part 3. I hope you enjoyed my video. I look forward to doing some. I probably will do some other Rambo movies, but the other movies are not as good. Part 1's probably good. Part 2 is the best. Part 3 is so-so, and the rest, they get kind of worse. There's actually a new Rambo movie coming out, and he's way too old to be playing Rambo already. Rambo should be in a wheelchair already. And the last Rambo, it looked like they killed him. The wounds he had, is no way he's gonna survive on horseback. Come on. But I'd just be destroying the legend of Rambo. Well, anyways, I hope you liked my video Rambo Part 3. If you remember, don't forget, if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and like, and help my channel grow, man. I appreciate it. Only if you like my stuff. I'm not gonna ask anybody to give me a subscribe and like if they don't like my stuff. Don't make sense, right? Only if you like it. So that concludes my review of Rambo Part 3. I had fun doing it. I hope you had fun as well. I know not everybody's gonna like what I did, but this is what I wanted to do. So my interpretation. No, it really happened like that. No, man, exactly like the movie. Now, anyways, this is from Rambo Part 3, and from me, Alberto, aka Destroyer 48. I will see you in the next one, and y'all have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.